गीता परिवार।
श्री राम जय जय राम।
राम राम जय राजा राम। पावन भिक्षा दे दो राम। कोमलवाणी दे दो राम। निर्मल करणी दे दो राम। कोमलवाणी दे दो राम। निर्मल करणी दे दो राम। प्रासंगिक मति दे दो राम। चतुराई भी दे दो राम। प्रासंगिक मति दे दो राम। चतुराई भी दे दो राम। राम राम जय राजा राम। पावन भिक्षा दे दो राम। राम राम जय राजा राम। पावन भिक्षा दे दो राम। हितकारक जो दे दो राम। जन सुखकारक दे दो राम। हितकारक जो दे दो राम। जन सुखकारक दे दो राम। इनकी तज्ञता दे दो राम। बहुजन मैत्री दे दो राम। इनकी तज्ञता दे दो राम। बहुजन मैत्री दे दो राम। राम राम जय राजा राम। पावन भिक्षा दे दो राम। राम राम जय राजा राम। पावन भिक्षा दे दो राम। विद्या वैभव दे दो राम। उदासीनता दे दो राम। विद्या वैभव दे दो राम। उदासीनता दे दो राम। दयाचनाव्रत दे दो राम। मैं न जानू वह दे दो राम। दयाचनाव्रत दे दो राम। मैं न जानू वह दे दो राम। राम राम जय राजा राम। पावन भिक्षा दे दो राम। राम राम जय राजा राम। पावन भिक्षा दे दो राम। प्यार तुम्हारा दे दो राम। दास कहे मोहे दो श्री राम। प्यार तुम्हारा दे दो राम। दास कहे मोहे दो श्री राम। संगीत गायन दे दो राम। गान मधुरता दे दो राम। संगीत गायन दे दो राम। गान मधुरता दे दो राम। राम राम जय राजा राम पावन दीक्षा दे दो राम
सावधानता दे दो राम ज्ञान कंठगत दे दो राम
सावधानता दे दो राम ज्ञान कंठगत दे दो राम
दास कहे सद्गुण धाम उत्तम गुण मोहि दे दो राम
दास कहे सद्गुण धाम उत्तम गुण मोहि दे दो राम
राम राम जय राजा राम पावन भिक्षा दे दो राम
राम राम जय राजा राम पावन भिक्षा दे दो राम
पावन भिक्षा दे दो राम दीन दयालो दे दो राम
पावन भिक्षा दे दो राम धीर दयालो दे दो राम
अभेद भक्ति दे दो राम आत्मनिवेदन दे दो राम
अभेद भक्ति दे दो राम आत्मनिवेदन दे दो राम
राम राम जय राजा राम पावन भिक्षा दे दो
राम राम जय राजा राम पावन दीक्षा दे दो राम
तन्मयता मोहे दे दो राम अर्थारोहण दे दो राम
तन्मयता मोहे दे दो
कृष्ण गोविंद नारायण हरे कृष्ण गोविंद नारायण हरे कृष्ण
गोविंद नारायण हरे कृष्ण गोविंद नारायण हरे
कृष्ण गोविंद नारायण हरे
कृष्ण कृष्ण मुकुंदा जनार्दना 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 कृष्ण गोविंद नारायण हरे
कृष्ण कृष्ण मुकुंदा जनार्दना
कृष्ण कृष्ण मुकुंदा जनार्दना
कृष्ण कृष्ण मुकुंदा जनार्दना
कृष्ण कृष्ण मुकुंदा जनार्दना
कृष्ण गोविंद नारायण हरे
कृष्ण गोविंद नारायण हरे
कृष्ण गोविंद नारायण हरे
कृष्ण गोविंद नारायण हरे
कृष्ण कृष्ण मुकुंदा जनार्दना कृष्ण गोविंद नारायण हरे
कृष्ण कृष्ण मुकुंदा जनार्दना कृष्ण गोविंद नारायण हरे
सरोज रज निज मनु मुकुरु सुधारी बरनौ रघुबर विमल जसु जोदायकु फलचारी बुद्धिहीन तनु जानिके सुमिरौ पवन कुमार बल बुद्धि विद्या देहु मोहि हरहु कलेस विकार। जय हनुमान ज्ञान गुण सागर जय कपीसति हूँ लोक उजागर रामदूत अतुलित बल धामा अंजनी पुत्र पवन सुत नामा महावीर विक्रम बजरंगी कुमति निवार सुमति के संगी कंचन बरन विराज सुबेसा कानन कुंडल कुंचित केसा हाथ वज्र और ध्वजा विराजे कांधे मूज जनेऊ साजे शंकर सुवन केसरी नंदन तेज प्रताप महाजगवंदन विद्यावान गुणी अति चातुर राम काज करिबे को आतुर प्रभु चरित्र सुनिबे को रसिया राम लखन सीता मन बसिया सूक्ष्म रूप धरि सियहि दिखावा विकट रूप धरि लंक जरावा भीम रूप धरि असुर संहारे रामचंद्र के काज संवारे लाय सजीवन लखन जियाए श्री रघुबीर हरषि उर लाए रघुपति कीन्ही बहुत बड़ाई तुम मम प्रिय भरतई सम भाई सहस बदन तुम रोजस गावे अस कहि श्रीपति कंठ लगावे सनकादिक ब्रह्मादि मुनीसा नारद सारद सहित अहिसा जम कुबेर दिक्पाल जहाते कवि कोविद कहि सकै कहाते तुम उपकार सुग्रीवहि कीन्हा राम मिलाय राजपद दीन्हा तुम्हरो मंत्र विभीषण माना लंकेश्वर भय सब जग जाना जुग सहस्र जो जन पर भानु लील्योताहि मधुर फल जानू प्रभु मुद्रिका मेलि मुख माही जलधि लांघि गए अचरज नाही दुर्गम काज जगत के जेते सुगम अनुग्रह तुम्हरे तेते राम दुआरे तुम रखवारे होत न आज्ञा बिनु पैसारे सब सुख लहै तुम्हारी सरना तुम रक्षक काहू को डरना आपन तेज संहारो आपे तीनों लोक हांकते कांपे भूत पिशाच निकट नहीं आवे महावीर जब नाम सुनावे नासै रोग हरै सब पीरा जपत निरंतर हनुमत वीरा संकट ते हनुमान छुड़ावे मन क्रम वचन ध्यान जो लावे सब पर राम तपस्वी राजा तिनके काज सकल तुम साजा और मनोरथ जो कोई लावे सोई अमित जीवन फल पावे चारों जुग पर ताप तुम्हारा है प्रसिद्ध जगत उजियारा साधु संत के तुम रखवारे असुर निकंदन राम दुलारे अष्ट सिद्धि नौ निधि के दाता असवर दीन जानकी माता राम रसायन तुम्हारे पासा सदा रहो रघुपति के दासा तुम्हारे भजन राम को पावे जन्म जन्म के दुख बिसरावे अंत काल रघुबर पुर जाई जहाँ जन्म हरि भक्त कहाई और देवता चित्तन धरई हनुमत से सर्व सुख करई संकट कटे मिटे सब पीरा जो सुमिरे हनुमत बलबीरा जय 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 हनुमान गोसाई कृपा करहु गुरुदेव की नाई जो सत बार पाठ कर कोई छूट ही बंदी महासुख होई जो यह पढ़े हनुमान चालीसा होय सिद्धि साखी गौरीसा तुलसीदास सदा हरि चेरा की जय नाथ हृदय महडेरा पवन तनय संकट हरन मंगल मूर्ति रूप राम लखन सीता सहित हृदय बसहु सुर भूप सियावर रामचंद्र की जय पवन सुत हनुमान की जय उमापति महादेव की जय।
श्री गुरु चरण सरोज रज निज मनु मुकुरु सुधारि बरनउ रघुबर बिमल जसु जो दायकु फलचारि बुद्धिहीन तनु जानिके सुमिरौ पवन कुमार बल बुद्धि विद्या देहु मोहि हरहु कलेश विकार। हनुमान ज्ञान गुण सागर जय कपीसति लोक उजागर रामदूत अतुलित बल धामा अंजनी पुत्र पवन सुत नामा महावीर विक्रम बजरंगी कुमति निवार सुमति के संगी कंचन बरन विराज सुबेसा कानन कुंडल कुंचित केसा हाथ वज्र और ध्वजा विराजय कांधे मूंज जनेऊ साजे शंकर सुवन केसरी नंदन तेज प्रताप महाजगबंदन विद्यावान गुणी अति चातुर राम काज करिबे को आतुर प्रभु चरित्र सुनिबे को रसिया राम लखन सीता मन बसिया सूक्ष्म रूप धरि सियहि दिखावा विकट रूप धरि लंक जरावा भीम रूप धरि असुर सहारे रामचंद्र के काज सवारे लाय सजीवन लखन जियाए श्री रघुबीर हर्षि उर लाए रघुपति कीन्ही बहुत बड़ाई तुम मम प्रिय भरत ही सम भाई सहस बदन तुमरो जस गावै अस कहि श्रीपति कंठ लगावै सनकादिक ब्रह्मादि मुनीसा नारद सारद सहित अहिसा जम कुबेर दिगपाल जहाते कवि कोविद कहि सके कहाते तुम उपकार सुग्रीवहि कीन्हा राम मिलाय राजपद दीन्हा तुम्हरो मंत्र विभीषण माना लंकेश्वर भय सब जग जाना जुग सहस्र जो जन पर भानु लील्यो ताहि मधुर फल जानू प्रभु मुद्रिका मेलि मुख माहि जलधि लांघि गए अचरज नाहि दुर्गम काज जगत के जेते सुगम अनुग्रह तुमरे तेते राम दुआरे तुम रखवारे होतन आज्ञा बिनु पैसारे सब सुख लहै तुम्हारी सरना तुम रक्षक काहू को डरना आपन तेज सम्हारो आपै तीनों लोक हाकते कापै भूत पिशाच निकट नहीं आवै महावीर जब नाम सुनावै नासै रोग हरै सब पीरा जपत निरंतर हनुमत बीरा संकट ते हनुमान छुड़ावै मन क्रम बचन ध्यान जो लावै सब पर राम तपस्वी राजा तिनके काज सकल तुम साजा और मनोरथ जो कोई लावै सोई अमित जीवन फल पावै चारों जुग परताप तुम्हारा है प्रसिद्ध जगत उजियारा साधु संत के तुम रखवारे असुर निकंदन राम दुलारे अष्ट सिद्धि नौ निधि के दाता असबर दीन जानकी माता राम रसायन तुम्हारे पासा सदा रहो रघुपति के दासा तुम्हारे भजन राम को पावे जन्म जन्म के दुख बिसरावे अंत काल रघुबर पुर जाई जहाँ जन्म हरि भक्त कहाई और देवता चित्तन धरई हनुमत से सर्व सुख करई संकट कटई मिटई सब पीरा जो सुमिरै हनुमत बलबीरा जय 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 हनुमान गोसाई कृपा करहु गुरुदेव की नाई जो सत बार पाठ कर कोई छूटहि बंदी महासुख होई जो यह पढ़े हनुमान चालीसा होय सिद्धि साखी गौरी सा तुलसीदास सदा हरि चेरा की जय नाथ हृदय महडेरा पवन तनय संकट हरन मंगल मूर्ति रूप राम लखन सीता सहित हृदय बसहु सुरभूप सियावर रामचंद्र की जय पवन सुत हनुमान की जय।
व्रजप्रियम् धर्मसंस्थापकं वीरम् कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुम् ईश्वर भक्ति भाव से बहती संस्कारों की धारा भारत माँ की सेवा में गीता परिवार हमारा गीता परिवार हमारा
Jai Shri Krishna, a very, very, very warm welcome to all of you. When this entire country is all blessed with the grace of Lourdes Durga and Lord Sri Ram, after this Vijay Parv that we have just celebrated yesterday, we are all ready to take this divine path, this divine journey of read Gita, teach Gita, and live Gita. With the blessing of Param Puji Gurudev Swami Govind Dev Giriji Maharaj, today we have gathered here to listen to the Vivechan and be able to live Gita. With a prayer. For prayer, I am going to invite our very respected Gita Vrati, Savita Kunte Didi, who is a retired Sanskrit teacher, and she has been teaching, giving the seva of a trainer to Gita Pariwar since 2022. Savita Didi, please unmute yourself and say the prayer, Didi.
Jai Shri Krishna. Jai Shri Krishna.
Jai Shri Krishna.
Vasudeva Sutan Devam Kamsachanuramardhanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum Shri Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum. Jai Shri Krishna.
Jai Shri Krishna, and thank you, Didi, for this divine prayer. In this the deep and give path, show path to this session. For Deep Prajwalan, I am going to invite our Anju Gupta Didi, who joined Gita Parivar in 2022 and has been giving seva in tech, GC, and content sharing. Currently, she is serving as a GC for this Gita Parivar. Anju Didi, please light the lamp and let us start the session.
Didi, your video is not there.
Ji Bhaiya, we can have the Deep Prajwalan.
No.
निषिद्धैरप्येभिर्लुलितमकरन्दो मधुकरैः करैरिन्दोरन्तश्छुरित इव सम्भिन्नमुकुलः विधत्तां सिद्धिन्नो नयनसुभगामस्य सदसः प्रकीर्णः पुष्पाणां हरिचरणयोरञ्जलिरयम् शरदिन्दुनिभां शुभ्रवस्त्रैरलङ्कृतां कलहंसकृतावासां वरदां शारदां नुमः।
Ji Bhaiya, I'm really sorry, my respected sadhaks. I think I was having some glitch with my internet. Um,
Okay, it's okay.
Ji, Ji Bhaiya. The Deep Prajalan video is done, Bhaiya.
Done.
Ji, okay. So thank you so very much, Anju Didi, for this Deep Prajalan. And I'm sorry, my respected sadhaks, that I'm having some internet problem, because of which I think I was shifted out of this session. But I'm back, and I welcome you all back again. And let's begin our session of Arjun Vishad Yoga. As we know that most of us go through, all of us in fact, go through this Vishad which we face, and then we look for so many people we seek our answers from so many people. And what better way to seek answer than from Śrīmad-Bhagavadgītā and directly from the Vani of Sri Bhagwan himself. And for that interpretation, we call forward our respected Vikas Dada. Vikas Vaidya Bhaiya is a part of Gita Pariwar since the very, very beginning. He is from Pune. He's a software engineer, and he has been giving a seva of teachers training. He has been training teachers for Gita Pariwar. He has been trainer at all level, and Bhaiya has been giving vivechan for so many sessions for all of us. Bhaiya makes this chapter 1 so interesting for all of us, where Sri Bhagwan has not even said a single word. Yet when you listen to our Vikas Dada's interpretation, you will know how to bring each and every part of Gita ji to our life. Vikas Bhaiya is a polyglot, and he can speak more than 5 languages, but the best language he speaks is that when he interprets Gita ji for us. So I will welcome our Vikas Dada to begin the session. Dada, please come and begin the interpretation session for us.
जय श्री कृष्ण। पूज्य स्वामी जी के चरण कमलों में कोटि कोटि नमन। टुडे वी विल स्टार्ट फर्स्ट अध्याय भगवद गीता, अर्जुन विषाद योग। Arjun got Vishad. Vishad means what? Sad, distressed, nervousness. That is Vishad. So Arjun got sad, distressed, and nervous when he saw all his friends, relatives, and gurus standing in the war. So that is why this Adhyaya is called Arjuna Vishad Yoga, wherein Arjuna expresses his Vishad, his sadness, his distress about fighting this war. And he declares that there is no point in fighting this war. So this kind of expression coming from Arjuna, in this Adhyaya, there are total 47 shlokas. All are in Anushtup Chanda. There is one shloka from Dhritarashtra, the beginning of Bhagavad Gita. There are 25 shlokas from Sanjaya and 21 shlokas from Arjuna. And how many from Paramatma, Shri Krishna? Not a single one. Shri Krishna is a mute spectator as to what is happening. He will start from Adhyaya 2, but now he is just observing the frustrations being expressed by Arjuna. So with this, let us now, what is the background of first Adhyaya? Definitely the background of first Adhyaya is the story of Mahabharata. Kaurava, Pandava fighting with each other, playing with each other, Kauravas sending Pandavas in exile, all that. So after the expiry of those 12 years in exile and residing in an unknown place for 1 year, Ajñātavās, the Pandavas demanded half of their kingdom from Duryodhana when they came back, because this was promised by Duryodhana. And before this happened, we also know that there was a very disgraceful episode wherein an attempt had been made by Dushasana to publicly disrobe Draupadi. So this was also in the mind of Pandavas. And when they were in Vanvasa and in that Ajñātavās, in exile and residing in some unknown place, there were continued efforts by Duryodhana to eliminate Pandavas so that they don't come back. This was also in the mind of Pandavas, of course. And when they came back, now Kauravas, that means mainly Duryodhana, he continued to deny the rights of Pandavas and refused to give them their part of the kingdom. So keeping all this in mind, Pandavas realized that war was the only option to avenge all this and to get back their rights, which were snatched away by Duryodhana. Shri Krishna, he went to Kauravas as a messenger of peace, trying to make them understand that they should give Pandava, if not half kingdom, at least 5 villages, so that they could live peacefully their life. And this could bring an end to all the conflict between Kauravas and Pandavas. But Kauravas turned down even this peaceful proposal from Lord Krishna. And on the top of it, Duryodhana had the audacity to declare that forget about 5 villages. They won't part away even the land covered by the point of a needle. We won't give even that. If they want anything, they have to fight war with us. So this was an open challenge by Duryodhana to Pandavas. And it was only after this downright refusal, and for of course other reasons of Draupadi getting disrobed and all sorts of things, what we discussed just now, Pandavas saw no more scope for any compromise and negotiation. And finally, the resolve of war was made. When it was decided that war was to take place, Maharshi Vedavyas, he offered the divine vision, the Divya Drishti, to Dhritarashtra. Because Dhritarashtra was a blind person since his birth. So he offered this Divya Drishti to Dhritarashtra so that he could see what was happening on the battlefield of Kurukshetra. So Dhritarashtra, he declined this offer from Maharshi Vedavyas, saying that he was blind since his birth, and at the end of his life, when he's so old, he did not want to use his eyes to see the bloodbath, which was inevitable. He requested Vedavyas to give this divine sight, Divya Drishti, to Sanjaya. Sanjaya was a cabinet minister in Kaurava's cabinet, and he was an assistant of Dhritarashtra. So that Dhritarashtra requested to Vedavyas that please give this Divya Drishti, this divine vision, to Sanjaya, who could narrate the happenings on the battlefield to me. And so Maharshi Vedavyas, he gave this Divya Drishti to Sanjaya. So this is the background of first Adhyay. With this, we'll start with reading of the Adhyay. Om Shri Paramatmane Namaha. Śrīmad-Bhagavadgītā. Atha Prathamodhyāyah. Dhritarashtra Uvacha. Dharmakshetre Kurukshetre Samavetayujutsavah. Māmakah Pandavāścaiva Kimakurvat Sanjaya. Dharmakshetre. Dharmakshetra is the piece of religious importance. Dharmakshetra. Kurukshetra, the name of that place, Kurukshetra, where the war took place. Samaveta. Samaveta is to come together, to get assembled. Yujutsava, with a desire to fight the war. Mamaka. This is an important word which caused the war. Mamaka, my side, my sons. Pandava, Pandu's sons. Kima, what? Akurvata, what they did, what they are doing. So, the question from Dhritarashtra. Dhritarashtra incidentally has only one shloka in the entire Bhagavad Gita of 700 shlokas. This is the only shloka from Dhritarashtra. So Dhritarashtra says, O Sanjay, in the place of that religious importance, the place of pilgrimage, that is the place of Kurukshetra, what my sons, Mamaka, and the sons of Pandu, Pandavas, who have assembled there to desire to fight the war, what did they do? What they are doing? So in Kurukshetra, the demigod used to perform holy yajnas and tapas. So that was a religious place, Kurukshetra. And it was filled and saturated with spiritual atmosphere. The field of Kurukshetra has been called Dharmakshetra. That is the reason it is called Dharmakshetra. It was probably selected with a specific purpose, that the warriors may attain salvation, liberation, moksha when they die at such pious site of pilgrimage. Now we know from the history of the world that there are usually three reasons for the war: land, wealth, and women. This war was supremacy over the land. Supremacy over the land was the reason for this war of Mahabharata. Kauravas did not give the agreed land to Pandavas. In fact, they refused, as we discussed, to part of even the land covered by the point of a needle. This was the arrogance of Kauravas. All the efforts of mediation, even by Lord Krishna, failed. No, Paramatma say in this shloka, Arjuna, Dhritarashtra is saying, Dharma kshetre kurukshetre samaveta yutsava. Samaveta yutsava. These two groups, Kauravas and Pandavas side, they assembled to fight. But Duryodhana had the keener desire for the war because he wanted to snatch away the kingdom part of Pandavas by hook or by crook, by just or unjust means, or by fair or foul means. So Duryodhana was more eager to start the war. Pandavas, on the other side, had the virtue of righteousness on their side. For the sake of justice, they were prepared to face the war only to protect their rights. So these were the mentalities of both the sides. Pandavas always regarded Dhritarashtra as their father and obeys his orders. But Dhritarashtra was never impartial. He always thought of well-being of only his sons, Kauravas, and did not care about Pandavas. We know that in North India, even now, the elder uncle, the father's elder brother, is still called Bade Papa, senior father. So Dhritarashtra in a way was senior Papa, Bade Papa of Pandavas. So they respected that position of Dhritarashtra and they respected him as their father because Pandu died at an early age. But Dhritarashtra's heart was never beating for Pandavas. He had love only for his sons. So this Mamaka, my sons, mine, is the root cause of the war of Mahabharata. Mamaka, my. And this Mamaka also resulted in the total destruction of the family of Kauravas. All died in the war. All 100 Kauravas died in the war. Not a single one survived. The lesson to human being is never be partial to the members of family. Never be partial to the people on the street as well, or of the village, or of your province, or of the country, or of your own sect, because showing partiality, it leads to conflict rather than love and harmony. So if you have to establish love and harmony, be impartial to all the people, to all the situations. Mamaka, my sons, and Pandavas, Pandu's sons, this distinction, it caused the attachment and aversion. Dhritarashtra had attachment for Mamaka and aversion for Pandavas. And this attachment and aversion, it led to the war and the commotion. As we realize now, the commotion in the mind of Dhritarashtra caused the war. While the commotions in the mind of Arjuna, what was his commotion? What was his anxiety? What were his thoughts coming in the mind of Arjuna? How to kill my people? Whether to kill my people or whether to stay away from the war. This is the commotion going on in the mind of Arjuna. But Dhritarashtra's commotion, it resulted in the war. It caused the war. And while Arjuna's commotion, it revealed the Gita. If Arjuna had not had this kind of sentiments towards his own friends, relatives, probably Gita would not have happened. Dhritarashtra was physically blind, as we all know, whereas the people like us, common people, who are intellectually blinded by unawareness, ignorance, inertia, and such a blind person commits all sorts of unconscious actions. But when he has to face the fruits of his own deeds, he questions why he has to suffer. we must understand that we forget the actions which we have committed in the past. And there is no escape from the consequences of karmas that we did in the past. We have to face it. We have to face it. There is no running away from this fact. So on such times, people, they run to temples, they run to gurus, to astrologers, to tantrics, seeking some kind of miracle to happen, which will save them from the calamity which has either already fallen on them or is going to fall on them. So in short, all of us want to cling to our pleasures and we want to avoid the pain. This is the natural instinct to run after pleasures and keep avoiding the pains. So the message is, don't become Dhritarashtra and keep open your eyes to the reality. One interesting observation of Bhagavad Gita is, as we read in this shloka, Gita starts with the word dharma. Dharma kshetre kurukshetre. And it ends with the word mama. Mama. Yatra yogeshwara krishno yatra partho dhanurdhara tatra shrirvijayo bhutir dhruva nitirmatir mama. Mama. My. Dharma and mama. First word and last word of Gita makes dharma mama. My dharma. My prescribed duty. My duty. So Gita is covered in these two words, dharma and mama. It teaches us what is your prescribed duty, the importance of duty, the importance of karma. So this is Gita. Dharma, mama. Mama dharma, my prescribed duty. Let's proceed on to shlok number 2. Sanjaya uvacha društvad pandavanikam vyudhan duryodhanastada आचार्यम उपसंगम्य राजा वचनम अब्रवीत. Društva, after seeing Pandava Anikam. Anikam is soldiers of Pandava. Pandava Anikam. Vyudham. Vyud is the military formation. Vyuha. Tada. At that time, Duryodhana, the king of Kauravas, Acharyam. Acharya is Guru, teacher. Who was the Guru? Dronacharya. Upasangamya. Upasangamya is to go near, to approach and go near. Vachanam. Vachanam is the words. And abravit is spoke, said. Past tense abravit, abravit. So at that time, King Duryodhana, after observing, after seeing the military formation set by Pandavas, Vyudham, he went to his Guru, his teacher, Dronacharya, and spoke to him these words. Which words? Which we'll see in the third shloka. But in this shloka, Sanjay is telling Dhritarashtra, as he is supposed to narrate everything that is happening on the battlefield. So he is telling Dhritarashtra that after seeing the military arranged in a complex military formation by the sons of Pandu, that means Pandavas, King Duryodhana, he went to his teacher and spoke these things. Now, actually, the Kaurava had a mighty, powerful and vast army in comparison to Pandava's smaller battalion. Kauravas had 18 regiments, while Pandavas had only 11. So it was 18 regiments against 11 regiments. No match whatsoever, 18 and 11. But having said that, the mightiness and the intelligence of the side which had Sri Krishna on their side automatically multiplied many folds, obviously. The Pandavas arranged their army in such an intricate way that the formidable appearance would scare the enemy. It needs some intellect, military intelligence, to arrange your army in such a way that the enemy gets scared by having a look at your army. The formation deceptively made their army looking larger and more powerful. Now, this perception is a relative phenomenon. For example, in a certain situation, you feel insecure, but pretend and act in a self-assured, arrogant fashion. Then your opponent will easily get deceived into believing that you are powerful. And it would be better not to mess with you. You have given him that perception. In short, you will be perceived by your conduct, how you conduct. You must have heard about the lie detector machines these days, which are used by the investigative agencies to find out whether a person is telling a lie or truth. He is lying or is not lying. They are designed to detect the changes in the body temperature, the sweat, the pulse rate, the blood pressure, all sorts of things. All of which changes when the mind is fearful of getting caught. Of course, there are some perennial seasoned liars who can even pull that lie detector machine. That's a part. So Pandavas were using the psychological tactics. They were using the psychological tactics to get the upper hand in the war by playing the mind games. Much before using the physical weapons, they used the weapon of their mind by arranging the military in that particular intricate fashion, which scared Duryodhana when he saw it. So it had its effect on King Duryodhana, and the worried Duryodhana, he went to his Guru Dronacharya and said these things. Which things? He said, Pashyam Pashanam Panduputranam Acharya Mahatin Chamum Vyudhan Drupada Putrena Tavashishena Dhimata. Dhimata, very intelligent. Pasha. Pasha means just see, behold. Panduputranam, the sons of Pandu. Acharya, teacher, Guru. Mahatim, Mahatim means great. Chamum, Chamum is army, military force. Vyudham, that is the military formation we saw in the first shloka. So he said to Guru Dronacharya, O Guru Dronacharya, just see the great army of Pandavas. Mahatim Chamum, great army of Pandavas, arranged in a great military formation, Vyudham, so expertly by the son of King Drupada, your own intelligent and clever disciple. Drupada Putrena, son of Drupada, King Drupada. Pasha, see. So Duryodhana is telling Dronacharya, just see the powerful army belonging to the sons of Pandu, so very skillfully arranged by your intelligent disciple Drushtadhyumna, the son of King Drupada. Now Duryodhana is also trying to play the mind game. What is his mind game? He is trying to provoke Dronacharya by pointing out his disciples in the army of enemy camp of Pandava. See, your disciples standing there, kill them. They are fighting against you. So he's trying to provoke Dronacharya. As if to say, see how mighty your disciples are. So you need to strengthen your war games now and to defeat them. Hence he asked Dronacharya to see his disciples standing powerfully in the enemy camp. Drushtadhyumna was the high-ranking general in the army of Pandavas. Duryodhana asked Dronacharya to see how cleverly this Drushtadhyumna, son of King Drupad, had arranged the army in order to scare Kauravas. Duryodhana was scared despite knowing that his army was mightier than the enemy's army. In fact, he had other reasons also to get scared, which we'll see when we come to next few shlokas. Some of them we discussed in the beginning, disrobing of Draupadi and all those, but more details we'll discuss. We go to first shloka. Atra shura maheshvasa Bhimarjuna samayuti yudhano viratascha drupadascha maharatha. Here, Atra means here. Here means where? In Pandava's army. Here in Pandava's army, there are many heroes and fighters, Shura, who are as good as Bhima and Arjuna. Bhima Arjuna Sama. Same like Bhima and Arjuna in bravery and in fighting. Great fighters like Yudhan, Virat and Drupad. So these names were given. Duryodhana, he continues, saying that here in this army of Pandavas, there are many valiant warriors armed with huge bows and arrows, and archers like Yudhan, Virat, and the heroic chariot warrior Drupada, and they are equal to none other than Bhima and Arjuna in their fighting prowess. Now we know that Bhima had colossal strength and had previously defeated Duryodhana in many so-called friendly matches. Wrestling was regarded as a form of exercise, and friendly matches were held frequently, all taken in good spirit, of course. And in all those matches, Bhima used to defeat Duryodhana. Now see how Duryodhana's distress is surfacing. Since he had suffered defeat at the hands of Bhima on several occasions, hence he mentions Bhima in the first place, of whom he was the most scared. But there was a greater reason behind this, which was related to the humiliation of Draupadi when that disgraceful attempt was made to disrobe her in public. When Bhima had seen highly distraught and Draupadi shedding tears of their disgrace and dishonor, which was meted to her, he had roared ferociously, taking a vow. I, Bhima, the son of Kunti, hereby take a solemn oath that Duryodhana, you will die at my hands. I pledge to crush your chest and wash Draupadi's hair locks with your blood. And I won't rest until I do so. Duryodhana was remembering this oath of Bhima. See, when you are outraged, your strength gets multiplied. Even a weak, keen person becomes strong under the influence of anger. And he is ready to fight. Duryodhana was well aware that not only that Bhima was immensely powerful, in fact, the fire of vengeance and anger burning in his heart had multiplied his power and determination many times, because he had taken that oath. And that made him an extremely formidable opponent for Duryodhana. Now Duryodhana is telling Dronacharya that the enemy camp had not only stalwarts like Bhima and Arjuna, but many more equally accomplished warriors. This way, Duryodhana was actually inciting and provoking Dronacharya. After mentioning this, he begins the list of names of those powerful warriors from Pandava's side. Yudhan, Virat, and Drupad. They were relatives and friends of Pandavas. Drupad was the father of Draupadi. And it was but natural that if Drupad, he wanted to avenge the humiliation faced by his daughter Draupadi. By the way, Yudhan was not killed in the war, but he died in a mutual fight among Yadavas. Yadavas, they started fighting between themselves, and this Yudhan died in that infighting of Yadavas. King Virat and his three sons, Uttara, Shweta, and Sankha, they were killed in the war. All got killed in the war. King Drupad, father of Draupadi, was killed by Dronacharya in the war. Let us go to next shloka, 5th. Drushtaketushche Gitanah Kashirajascha Viryavan Purjit Kundi Bhojashcha Shaibyascha Narapungavaha. Duryodhana continues, naming the warriors from the side of Pandavas. There are also great, heroic, powerful, brave fighters like Drushtaketu. Drushtaketu was the son of Shishupal. We know Shishupal was beheaded by Lord Krishna. Drushtaketu was killed by Dronacharya in the war. Chekitan was a Yadav king. He was also killed by Duryodhana in the war. Kashiraj, the king of Kashi, he also got killed in the war. Shaibya, he was the father-in-law of Yudhishthira, the eldest of Pandavas. So this shloka says the noblest of men, Narapungava. Narapungava means noblest of men, such as Drushtaketu, Chekitan, the mighty king of Kashi, Kashiraj, Purjit, Kunti Bhoj, and powerful, intelligent Shaibya, the father-in-law of Yudhishthira, of course, are all there in the army of Pandavas. Purjit and Kunti Bhoj were Kunti's brothers. So they are the maternal uncles of Pandavas. But both Purjit and Kunti Bhoj were killed by Dronacharya in the war. Drushtaketu was killed by Dronacharya, Chekitan was killed by Dronacharya, Kashiraj was also killed in the war. So Everybody died. That means it was not only side of Kaurava which suffered the losses, Pandavas also suffered huge losses. Many of their warriors also died. Next shloka. Yudhamanyascha vikranta uttama ujascha veeryavan saubhadrau draupadeyascha sarva eva maharathaha. Yudhamanyu, desire of waging the war, the hero Yudhamanyu, the very powerful Uttamauja, Abhimanyu, the courageous son of Saubhadra and Arjuna, and the sons of Draupadi. All these mighty warriors are also a part of Pandava's army. Duryodhana is telling Dronacharya. Now Duryodhana is naming all these warriors as he wanted to provoke Dronacharya by repeatedly drawing his attention to the might of his enemy's army, so that he takes a vow to defeat Pandavas. In fact, not merely defeat, but kill all of them. Yudhamanyu and Uttamauja were killed by Ashwathama when they were sleeping. Abhimanyu was killed by Dushasana's son when he unjustly hit him with a mace on his head from the back. Draupadi had 5 sons, one each from her 5 husbands. Pratividya, Sutasoma, Shrutakarma, Satanika, and Shrutasena. They were respectively sons from Yudhishthir, Bhima, Arjuna, Nakul, and Sahadeva. They all were killed by Ashwathama when they were asleep in the night. See, so many people from Pandava side also died. Now, 2 more interesting incidents occurred before the war. Before the war commenced, I mean. The Pandavas bowed down to Dronacharya, their guru, saluted him in order to get his blessings. And such was the effect of Krishna's presence there, that the words Vijayi Bhava, that means be victorious, these words came out from Dronacharya's mouth. Vijayi Bhava, coming from your guru, is a great blessing to you. And Sri Krishna somehow got it managed coming out from the mouth of Guru Dronacharya when Pandavas bowed down to him and saluted him. Even Bhishma Pitamaha, the grandfather, was an invincible stalwart, a yogi, a devotee of Krishna, Bhishma. We all know Bhishma Pitamaha told Vishnu Sahasranam to Yudhishthira on the battlefield of Kurukshetra. So he was a devotee of Krishna, of Lord Vishnu. He had the boon of voluntary death, Ichha Maran. He could give up his body at his own free will. That was the boon he had. He had made a pledge to his father that he will safeguard the kingdom of Hastinapur and protect the rulers of Hastinapur. Now, having committed this to his father and bound by this pledge, he had no option but to fight from the side of Kauravas, because they were holding Hastinapur. Despite knowing that they were on the wrong side, Bhishma Pitama had to fight from Kauravas' side. And the situation was not much different for Dronacharya and Kripacharya as well. They repeatedly tried to convince Duryodhana not to enter into war. But having failed to do so, they also had no option but to stand by Duryodhana. They were all bound by their obligation, loyalty to Hastinapur. Duryodhana was well aware of all these facts, and hence he was getting apprehensive whether all these people will fight wholeheartedly or not. And that's why he was trying to spur Dronacharya by giving all the names who are fighting against us. Next shloka. Asmagantu vishishta ye tannibodha dvijottama nayaka mama sainyasya sanyartan dandravimite. O Dvijottama, best of Brahmana. Dvija Uttama. Dvija means 2. Brahmana are supposed to get birth twice. Dvija Uttama, twice born. Why twice born? One is the physical birth of Brahmanas. And second birth of Brahmana is said when they become Jnani. They learn from Vedas, Upanishads. So they become Jnani. They justify their being Brahman at that stage. So Dvijottama, they get 2 births. 2 births means not physical 2 births, but one birth physical and another birth when they acquire this Jnana. So Duryodhana says, O distinguished Dronacharya, Dvijottama, that means twice born. How twice born, that we already discussed. let me now tell you, for your information, about the leaders who are qualified to lead my military forces, Asmakam, our side. Now we'll start telling about Kaurava's army. Because having discussed about Pandava's army at length, now he sees the point in telling the preparation of his own army. And he says in the 8th shloka, Bhavan Vishmascha Karnascha Krupascha Samidinjayaha Ashwathama Vikarnascha Saumadattistathaivacho. Bhavan means you, your good self, aap. In Hindi we say aap. So aap means Bhavan, you, your good self. Bhishma Pitamaha, Karna, Krupa means Krupacharya, was Chiranjeevi, immortal. Samitinjaya, always winning. Ashwathama was the son of Dronacharya. He was also another Chiranjeevi, immortal person. Vikarna was Duryodhana's brother, one of the Kauravas. He got killed by Bhima. Saumadatti, son of Somadatta. His name was Bhurishrava. He got killed by Satyaki. Tatha means and as well as. So you, from our side, Duryodhana is telling Dronacharya, you, your good self, Guru Dronacharya, and Pitamaha Bhishma, similarly Karna, and always victorious Krupacharya, and Ashwathama, Vikarna, Somadatta. Somadatta means Somadatta's son, that is Bhurishrava. They're all there. Now Dronacharya, Bhavan, is Dronacharya, Aap, whom Duryodhana is calling Aap Bhavan. He got killed by Drushtadhyumna. Karna got killed by Arjuna. Bhishma Pitamaha, he gave his prana after the start of Uttarayan. Actually, he was severely injured in Dakshinayan, but since he had the free will to die whenever he wanted, so he waited for a few days and he left his body when Uttarayan started. Dakshinayan and Uttarayan. In 8th Adhyaya Bhagavad-Gītā, it says the benefits of dying in Dakshinayan and Uttarayan. It is said that people dying in Uttarayan, I mean people who are yogis, not ordinary people like us, but yogis who die in Uttarayan, they never get rebirth. So he waited. Bhishma being a yogi, he waited for Uttarayan to start and then he left his body. Vikarna, he got killed by Bhima, and Bhurishrava, as we discussed, he got killed by Satyaki. So Duryodhana is telling these are all the personalities, such as your respected sir, you yourself, Bhishma, Pitama, Karna, always victorious Krupacharya, Ashwathama, Vikarna, son of Somadatta, that is Bhurishrava. Now Bhishma was senior to Dronacharya. But Duryodhana took the name of Dronacharya first. He refers Dronacharya as the most distinguished Brahmana. And this was just to flatter Dronacharya, to make him feel superior. So Bhishma was senior to Dronacharya. See, Duryodhana was also an intelligent man. After all, he was also the disciple of the same Guru as Pandava were. Although it is another matter that despite being disciple of the same Guru, one became Arjuna and another became Duryodhana. That is why never say that a disciple mirrors his Guru. It's not true. Where Duryodhana and Arjuna alike, they had completely contrasting personalities. Duryodhana further flatters Dronacharya by naming his son Ashwathama among the valiant generals of his army. There were so many, but he purposely took Ashwathama's name because he was son of Dronacharya. To evoke the paternal feeling of Dronacharya. See, your son is there on our side. A father may concede losing, but would never want to see his son getting defeated. So, in a way, Duryodhana was saying to Dronacharya that if not for Kauravas, Dronacharya ji, you should be victorious, at least for the sake of your son, who is fighting from our side. So he is shrewdly using the sentiments to exploit Dronacharya's weakness for his son. Every father has weakness for his son. And in addition, he mentions Karna because he was Duryodhana's dearest friend. And he also mentions Vikarna and son of Somadatta, that is Bhurishrava. As we discussed, Dronacharya was killed by Drishtadyumna, while Bhishma died during that Uttarayan of his own free will. Karna was killed by Arjuna. Ashwatthama. Now there are 8 immortals in the world as per our scriptures. Ashwatthama, Bali, Vedavyasa, Hanumana, Vibhishana, Krupacharya, Parshurama, and Markandeya. These are the 8 immortals. Ashwatthama was one of them, Krupacharya is another. So Krupacharya and Ashwatthama both fighting from the side of Kaurava. Both names were taken by Duryodhana to remind Dronacharya that we have people who are immortal, who would never die. So we have to win this war. Whatever happens if Krupacharya and Ashwatthama never die, we are going to win this war. We must. Pandavas have no such immortal person on their side, but we have 2 of them on our side. Okay, and that Vikarna, he got killed by Bhima, and Bhurishrava was killed by Satyaki. We go to next shloka. Anneja bahava shura madarte tyakta jivitaha nana shastra praharana sarve yuddha visharadaha. In addition, there are many brave warriors who are prepared to give up their desire to live for my sake. They are prepared to sacrifice their life for my sake. And they are prepared to relinquish all that they have and take the death for my sake. All of them are well versed, well equipped in usage of different kind of weapons with the Visharadaha, and all are having great skills in fighting the wars. They know the military science. So Duryodhana continues describing about his own army, saying that there are many other valiant warriors who are prepared to lay down their lives for my sake. All of them are well equipped with different kinds of weapons and are highly proficient in the military warfare. Now the above words, that many warriors are prepared to sacrifice their lives for me, this kind of declaration from Duryodhana, it smacks arrogance on the part of Duryodhana. Particularly when he is interacting with his guru, that means he is implying that those warriors, including Dronacharya, were fighting for his sake, for Duryodhana's sake. Because he brought every warrior and got attached to himself to them, saying that all of them are fighting for my sake. See, the war is always fought for the state, not for an individual. And Duryodhana, in reality, was not even the king. The king was Hastinapur was Dhritarashtra, not Duryodhana. But the arrogance of Duryodhana, it made him say like this. And it was also worth noting that Arjuna, instead of accepting the Lord's Narayani army, Krishna offered both things. I will take one side and my Narayani army, I will give to another side. What do you want? Duryodhana, like a fool, he asked his Narayani army. And then Arjuna said, please come on my side, I want you. So Arjuna, instead of accepting that Lord's Narayani army, which was well equipped with arms and ammunition, accepted the unarmed Krishna. While Duryodhana, in place of Lord Krishna, he accepted his Narayani army. It means Arjuna had eye on Lord Krishna, while Duryodhana had an eye on Lord Krishna's stately power, his army. You see, the heart of a person who has an eye on God is clean and refined, because God's strength is real and limitless. If God is with you, then your strength also becomes real and limitless. But the psychology of the person who is eyeing on the worldly power, that means on the military force of Krishna, is surely strange. His psychology is strange, Duryodhana's. Because the strength of world is unreal and it is limited. Paramatma is unlimited. That army in Narayani Sena was limited. So how can Paramatma's Maya be stronger than Paramatma? The Narayani army was Paramatma's Maya only, no? His creation only. So can the Maya be stronger than Paramatma himself? No way. Okay, we go to the last shloka of today, 10th. Aparyaptam tadasmakam balam bhishmabhirakshitam. Paryaptam dridametesham balam bhimabhirakshitam. Duryodhana says, we have huge, immeasurable strength and we are perfectly taken care of, protected by Pitama, Bhishma. Whereas the strength of Pandavas, which is well protected by Bhima, is limited, just enough. Our strength is immeasurable, limitless, and we are protected perfectly by our grandfather Bhishma, who is invincible, whereas the army of Pandavas, although protected by Bhima, is just enough. 18 battalions versus 11 battalions. 18 battalions of Kauravas versus only 11 battalions of Pandavas. So definitely, our strength is immeasurable and limitless. Now, in the context of Gita, some thinkers, you see, people read the same shlokas, but 10 people can draw 10 meanings of the same shloka. Here, the meaning that we draw is Kaurava's strength was immeasurable. They say, Duryodhana says, Pandava's strength was limited. But some thinkers, they draw a wonderful meaning of the shloka. What is the meaning? Our forces of desire and sensory temptations. Our forces of desires and sensory temptations, though unlimited in number and protected by the strong ego power, may be inadequate because our strength is related to our body identification. Our kamanas and our ways of sense gratification, they are unlimited, but they are of no use because they are attached to the body. Whereas Pandava's army may be limited in number, consisting of absolute principles of unchanging truth, the ultimate truth, and defended by the power of soul-guided life force. Defended by Lord Krishna, soul-guided life force, and together they are capable of destroying this body identification. So this is the meaning, wonderful meaning people can draw out of this simple shloka. Aparyaptam tadasmakam balam bhishma bhirakshitam paryaptam vidametesham balam bhima bhirakshitam. Okay, I think we stop here, and now the forum is open for all of you to raise your questions. Thanks once again for having the patience to listen to me. Jai Shri Krishna.
Jai Shri Krishna. Thank you so much, Bhaiya. Did I not tell you, all respected sadhaks, that Bhaiya makes it so interesting with so many stories that we start getting engrossed in the problems and the solutions that Sri Bhagavan will offer to us. If you all have any question regarding the explanation that Bhaiya has given, you can raise your hand, you can switch on your video, and we will unmute you to ask the question. So, and a gentle reminder to all of you that today we have our Gita Sevi program, our Gita Sevi Bane program, and all of you can attend it. Especially this program is in English for people who did not understand last time when we were doing it in Hindi last week. So today you must attend this program and try to start giving seva for Shri Gita Pariwar. Ji Bhaiya, Sai Tanvi, yes, Sai, you can unmute yourself.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. Jai Shri Krishna.
Jai Shri Krishna.
So my first doubt is the first and second shlokas, I was like a bit confused. So I would ask once again so that somebody can once again repeat what the meaning is.
Okay. Vikas Bhaiya, okay, let me check. I think Vikas Bhaiya is having some problem with the joining thing, Sai. So hold on to your first question. You said first and second is what you did not understand. Yes, Sai? Is that what you said, Sai? Yeah. Okay. Both the shlokas you said?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And do you have another question? You have two questions, you said?
Yes, ma'am. Yeah, I have one more question.
Ask.
This now the whole whatever sir has explained, he told that Duryodhana is telling, but none in no places I have heard where Duryodhana Uvacha, like never, like there's no place there, and I want to know who is Sanjay again.
Okay. So
Didi, I think we should wait. I think he's having some problem, technical problem, because if we have to again, she has to repeat the question, no? Otherwise.
Okay, I got it. So Sadhaks, I think Bhaiya is the connection is getting little.
Some problem has come. He is relogging in. That's the problem.
He's logging in again. So we'll take the question sign. We can repeat your question once Bhaiya joins back. Until then, I must tell you all that, like we said, that Gita Pariwar is holding the Aao Gita Sevi program that all of you know. By now, we are all in L3, and all of us, like you see me giving seva as a GC, as a tech, and now in anchoring team. So many departments of Gita Pariwar we have. So let us all, because when Param Puj Gurudev said, read Gita, teach Gita, and live Gita, teaching does not just mean becoming a teacher, trainer in Gita Pariwar. Teaching Gita means spreading the word of Gita ji. And when you'll go to L4, you'll realize that we also have a place where Shri Bhagwan says that people all my bhakts who spread word of Gita ji are my most favorite human beings. So let us become a part of this Gita Sevi program, and it is a way of connecting with other sadhaks and seeing the Krishna Rupi sadhak. Also, L1 is starting in November, so you do know that we can spread word and we can gift Gita ji, like we can gift the joining of a class, which is free, and we know that it is online and free. So all of us must gift Gita ji to all our friends or relatives or whoever, and practice Gita. Also, we have other types of seva which if you all are capable of doing, we must do and spread the words of Gita ji. Moreover, like we said that becoming sincere when we are doing because there are changes that happens to us when we are reading Gita every day. So practicing our chapters every day that we are doing, practicing through the audios that are sent to us, because now Gita Pariwar also sends you JPG, which is a word-to-word, like a literal translation of those shlokas, which becomes easier if we read and revise with the help of audios that are given to us. So we must, all of us, at least give that thing to our own self, to keep ourselves busy with that, and we must all read Gita ji every day. At least if we take up a small niyam of reading Gita ji, even if it is just 5 shlokas, these changes come in our life. That's just about it that we can say. Bhaiya, till Bhaiya joins, can we just at least play the Anupathan audio for them so that all of us can repeat, or at least the Hari Sharanam by Param Pujya Gurudev, so that all of us, let's all come into, till Bhaiya is able to rejoin, Vikas Bhaiya, till he's rejoining. Let us all do a little bit of Sankirtan, because today is Dashmi. We are heading into Ekadashi for tomorrow. We'll have a Gita Chintika sessions also tomorrow. So let's do a little bit of Hari Kirtan. Sunil Bhaiya, can we just play some Hari Kirtan so that all the sadhaks can come?
Hari Sharanam, 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 Hari
Krishna Govinda Narayana Hare, Krishna Govinda Narayana Hare, Krishna
Govinda Narayana Hare, Krishna Govinda Narayana Hare, Krishna Govinda Narayana Hare, Krishna Krishna Mukunda Janardana, 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 Krishna Krishna Mukunda Janardana.
Oh, Vikas Bhaiya has joined everybody. So good that we got little bit time for Sankirtan and we all did Hari Sankirtan ready for our further session. So Bhaiya is there. And Sai, please unmute yourself, Didi, and ask your question. Yeah, go ahead. Jai Shri Krishna Bhaiya, I welcome you back. I think we are waiting for you to start the question answer session because I think you disconnected.
Questions, please start.
Ji Bhaiya, Sai has a question Bhaiya for you. Two questions.
Yeah.
Yeah, yes, sir. Jai Shri Krishna. So, my first question is, I am not able to understand the first and second shlokas. Like, I was disconnecting continuously in that time. So,
First and last shloka, first and second shloka, you are not able to read.
understand.
Dharmakshetre Kurukshetre Samavetayuyotsava.
That-
Mamaka Pandavashaiva Timakurvata Sanjaya. So this is the first shloka, the only shloka from Dhritarashtra in the entire Bhagavad Gita. Here Dhritarashtra is asking Sanjay, my sons, Mamaka, and Pandava, Pandu's sons, who have all assembled on the battlefield of Kurukshetra, which is also Dharmakshetra, what they have done. So this is the first question from Dhritarashtra. And then second slok, Sanjaya is telling them, Dharmakshetre Kurukshetre Samaveta Yutsva Mamaka Pandavashaiva Kimakuru. Sanjaya Vacha. Društva tu Pandava Anikam Yudhan Duryodhanastada Acharyamapasangamya Raja Vachanavabravit. So when Dhritarashtra asked this question, Sanjaya is explaining, he is giving an answer to Dhritarashtra that after seeing the formation of Pandava's army, Duryodhana went close to his guru Dronacharya and he said the following things. Okay. So this is the first slok and second shloka.
Yeah, yes, sir.
Huh?
Sir, we like Bhagavad Gita is when it's between Krishna and Arjuna. Then from where did Dhritarashtra and Sanjaya come from? Like
See,
when did they join the conversation?
okay. See, the Gita is a dialogue between Krishna and Arjuna. You are right. How Dhritarashtra jumped into this discussion. Okay. But Krishna had said this Bhagavad Gita to Arjuna in a time span of around 45 minutes. And Maharshi Vedavyas, he wrote down the entire Bhagavad Gita. So in his version, that is the version of Maharshi Vedavyas, it starts like a story. Okay. So the dialogues between Krishna and Arjuna are not the only thing. There are so many shlokas by Sanjaya, so many shlokas by Arjuna, so many shlokas by Krishna, and one slok by Dhritarashtra. So this is a narration of entire thing that happened at the battlefield of Kurukshetra. And this is what Pitamaha, Sahasranam are the gift from Kurukshetra. The only difference is Bhagavad Gita was said by Lord Krishna before the first arrow was shot in the battle.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. And Vishnu Sahasranam, it happened when Pitamaha Bhishma, profusely bleeding because of so many arrows piercing his body from Arjuna. And that time, Yudhishthira went to close to to Pitamaha Bhishma, and he asked few questions. Which dharma is the best? Which god is the best? Who can give liberation to the human beings? So this was the first, second shloka, and extract from Mahabharata.
And sir, Sanjaya, like who is Sanjaya?
Sanjaya was a cabinet minister in the ministry of Kauravas. He was like an executive assistant of Dhritarashtra. In corporate sector, we see executive assistant. So he used to handle all the personal work of Dhritarashtra because Dhritarashtra was blind since the birth. So he always wanted someone to assist him. And Sanjay was that person who was interested with that job of giving all the possible help to Dhritarashtra.
So now Sanjay is telling what Duryodhana told to Dhritarashtra.
Exactly.
Oh.
So Sanjay is narrating the story, what is happening on the battlefield of Kurukshetra, to his boss, Dhritarashtra.
Okay.
Duryodhana went close to Dronacharya, and then he said the following things, like that.
Oh, okay, sir. Thank you so much, sir. Jai Shri Krishna.
Thank you.
Premaranji. Sriman
Jai Shri Krishna. Jai Shri Krishna.
Jai Shri Krishna.
Guruji, one in the 10th shloka,
Yeah.
the commander of the Kauravas is Bhishma. Okay.
Which
Commander
sloka
of the
10th sloka.
10th shloka, it shows that Bhishma Virakshitam. Balam Bhishma Virakshitam. It means that the Bhishma is the commander of the army of Kurus.
Right.
Kauravas. Okay.
Right.
In the second line, it is mentioned that Balam Bhishma Virakshitam.
Yes.
Okay. Yes, actually, the commander of the army of Pandavas is Drishtadyumna.
No, he was not the. See, Bhima Sena was not the captain on the very first day of the war.
Okay.
But Bhima,
Drishtadyumna.
yeah, Bhima was the most powerful. His name was Bhima Sena. And he was comparable with Duryodhana. Because
But here not Bhishma, Duryodhana and Bhima. It is the between the commanders of the army of Kauravas and the Kauravas of the army of the Pandavas. But that is Bhishma is the head of that Kauravas army. And as per the Mahabharata, Pradyumna is the commander of the army of Pandavas. That why it is Balam Bhishma Bhirakshitam.
Bhishma means it is well protected by Pitamaha Bhishma.
Yeah, that is
Bhishma
commander.
Senior most in the Kauravas army, and he is taking care of Aparyaptam Tadasmakam.
Yeah, up to the death of this laying down of the arms, Bhishma is the commander of the Kauravas. Okay.
Bhishma was the commander right from the beginning.
Yes,
Kauravas.
beginning up to his laying down of his arms.
On 10th day, when he fell down.
10th day. But various for Pandavas, the commander is Pradyumna.
Okay. But
why it is Bhima Virakshitam?
That is what I am trying to tell you, that for namesake, anyone could be the commander of Pandava Sena. But the main competitor of Duryodhana was nobody else other than Bhima. In the
That is
childhood,
allowed.
when
Yes,
they
sir.
learned when they learned the art of wrestling, Gada Yuddha also, in every possible contest between Duryodhana and Bhima, Bhima always defeated Duryodhana. So Duryodhana had a sort of complex in his mind about Bhimasena. So he is giving more respect to Bhima rather than to the so-called commander of Pandavas. Because
Okay.
Bhima was,
Okay, sir. Why it is not mentioned at the beginning itself that Duryodhana Vacha then?
see, the thing is, Sanjaya got the Divya Drushti from Pitamaha Bhishma.
Yes, sir. The
Okay.
Vedavyasa. Vedavyasa.
So it is Sanjaya who is narrating all the happenings on the battlefield of Kurukshetra.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So there is no shloka from Duryodhana in the whole of Bhagavad Gita. The dialogue that happens is three main characters, Sanjay, Shri Krishna and Arjuna. And one
Yes,
single
that's
shloka
correct.
by, and one
Yes, sir.
single shloka by Dhritarashtra.
Dhritarashtra. Yes.
Likewise, there were so many from Kaurava side, Krupacharya, Krutavarma, so many people were there who were also equally brave. But this entire Bhagavad Gita is said by Lord Krishna in 45 minutes flat on the battlefield of Kurukshetra. So in that limited period of time, how many names could be taken from Kauravas? Kauravas' army was 11 Akshauhini. So how can you take all the names? Not possible. They are standing at the battlefield, so he is only taking the prominent names from Pandavas as well as from Kauravas. So that's why under Duryodhana, there is not a single shloka in Bhagavad Gita. It is a narration by Sanjaya to his boss Dhritarashtra. And this indirectly says that Duryodhana went close to his Acharya and he said the following thing. That means Duryodhana did speak in the on the battlefield of Kurukshetra, but only thing is, since it is narrated by Sanjaya, Duryodhana's name, Duryodhana Uvacha, does not come.
Yes, sir.
But that does not mean Duryodhana was keeping quiet. He was talking.
Okay.
In first chapter, so many things Duryodhana is talking, but it is all explained by Sanjaya.
Sanjay.
Hmm?
Okay. Okay,
Yeah.
Guruji, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Ashok Bhaiya.
Jai Shri Krishna.
Yes.
Vikas Bhaiya, you said that Pandava went to see Dronacharya and Bhishma Pita, and both of them, Krishna got them to say Vijayi Bhava.
Yeah.
And it coming from Bhishma Pita and Dronacharya,
Yeah.
it practically did affect the result of the war, because the Ashirvad came from such
Exactly.
Maharati.
Yes.
So why didn't Krishna get Duryodhan to say, to agree, just give 5 villages, then this war would not have taken place?
See, everyone from Pandava's side and also few people from Kaurava's side, they wanted war to stop. They did not want to go into the war because 11 Akshauhini Sainya military from Kaurava and 7 Akshauhini military from Pandava. There was to be a huge bloodbath. Everybody could imagine. Like today, if we see the problem going on between Israel and Hamas, Israel and Iran, when the war takes place, millions and millions will die. Same situation was there in Mahabharata. Both the armies are standing in front of each other, eager to kill each other. So that is the reason that Duryodhana per se has no word in the Bhagavad Gita. But the army was there and Duryodhana did speak to Dronacharya. What was your other question?
No, my question is that if Sri Krishna could get Dronacharya and Bhishma Pita, although they were on the opposite side, they were
Yes.
siding with the Kaurava,
Yeah.
both of them could say Vijayi Bhava. Why could not Krishna get Duryodhana to say at least, I'll give you 5 villages, and thus the war would not have taken place.
Exactly.
So
But
what
Duryodhana had
Krishna
flatly
could get
refused.
when
Duryodhana had
Krishna,
flatly refused. He said, I will not part away with the land which could be covered even by the point of a needle.
right,
So forget about 5 villages. And as we discussed some time back, Pandavas were not asking the kingdom of Hastinapur. When the kingdom was divided, Dhritarashtra, like a very cunning person who had no love for Pandavas, he gave them a forest named Khandavan. That Khandavan had no human population at all. But Dhritarashtra said, this is your kingdom. You wanted to have the kingdom, no? Take this Khandavan. Hastinapur was fully developed. Khandavan, there was not a single human being staying there. It was a forest. But Pandavas, with their great efforts, they developed that Khandavana and renamed it as Indraprastha. And that Indraprastha was also lost by Pandavas when they entered into that gambling game with Shakuni and Duryodhana. So what they were demanding after they came back from 12 years of exile and 1 year like that was only the kingdom of Indraprastha. Pandava never put a claim on Hastinapur. They said this was Khandavan, which we converted into Indraprastha. Now, having come back, you hand over our Indraprastha to us. We are not asking you from Hastinapur anything. But Duryodhana thought if they come and start running Indraprastha, one day they may take over the Hastinapur also. So before they re-enter into Indraprastha, let us eliminate them, let us kill them. So even when they were in exile for 12 years, Duryodhana tried every possible trick to kill all the Pandavas. But it did not happen. And having come back to Hastinapur, the only request Pandava made was, please give back our Indraprastha. We don't want anything else. Okay, you don't give Indraprastha also. Out of Indraprastha, give us only 5 villages. But even that was turned down. And when Shri Krishna went to Kaurava, to Duryodhana, to meditate between both of them, mediation between Kaurava and Pandava, Duryodhana was such a cunning person that he wanted to arrest Shri Krishna. The messenger who had gone there for the peace, even Duryodhana thought we could arrest him. Because he had extreme anger against Pandava. That story we'll discuss sometime again, why Duryodhana was having so much of anger against Pandavas. In short, if we tell the story, Dhritarashtra, let us start from Shantanu. Shantanu king. Shantanu got married with Ganga. Then their son was Devavrat. That means Pitamaha Bhishma. But something happened between Shantanu and Ganga. Ganga had said, whatever I will do, you will not put any questions to me why I have done like that. So when the first child was born, Ganga, what she did, she put that child in a basket and threw that basket in Ganga, in the river. Second child, third child, fourth child, fifth child, sixth, seventh. Every time Ganga used to flow him down in the river. When this 8th son was born, that time Shantanu said, enough is enough. I want to know why you are killing our children. That time Ganga said, you have asked me a question, now I will leave. I will not stay with you. But before going, she told the story that there were few Gandharvas in the Swargaloka who were given some kind of a curse by a Rishi Muni, and the curse was, you will take birth in the Manavaloka, on the Prithvi, on the earth. So these Gandharvas, 7 or 8 Gandharvas, they went to Ganga and they said, we'd like to take birth from your womb. But only request is, we don't want to stay in the human world. We want to come back to this Swargaloka as early as possible. So as soon as we are born, you should put us in the river so that we can again come back to Swargaloka. So that was the story. And then when Ganga left, Shantanu, he was mad after another lady, Satyavati. Now this Satyavati was already having a child from Rishi Parashar. And that child name was Krishna Dvaipayan, whom we call as Maharshi Vedavyas. So Maharshi Vedavyas was the son of Parashar and Satyavati. But Satyavati got a doubt that this Shantanu is already having a son from Ganga and he is the eldest, so he will occupy the throne. So that's why she got an oath from Bhishma that he will have no claim on the kingdom. Come what may, I will not occupy. But then Satyavati said, you will not occupy is fine, but you will get married, you will produce children, and those children of yours, they may put a claim on the kingdom. So that's why Pitamaha Bhishma then took a strong oath, Bhishma Pratijna, what is called as, that he will not marry. I will not marry, no children, no claim on the kingdom. So this was the story. And both Pitamaha Bhishma and Dronacharya had committed to safeguard the interest of Hastinapur. That's why against their wishes, they had to stand along with Duryodhana. They also tried to avoid the war. But Duryodhana did not listen to anyone. And since they were committed to protect the Simhasan of Hastinapur, both of them had no option but to stand with Duryodhana. So that is the story.
Thank you for the explanation.
Okay, thank
Jai Shri Krishna.
you. Jai Shri Krishna.
Ji, Priyadarshan Bhaiya, ask your question, please.
Namaskar.
Namaskar, sir.
Jai Shri Krishna.
Jai Shri Krishna.
I will take probably just a couple of minutes.
Yeah.
One of the things is that I would like to know the meaning of Duryodhan.
Duryodhan.
Yes, please.
Duryodhan, the literal meaning of Duryodhan is a person with evil mind. Evil mind. Durya is evil. Duryodhana, evil. That's why in Mahabharata, the Kauravas were Dhritarashtra. Dhritarashtra. Dhrita means to hold, keep occupied. What? Rashtra. Rashtra means the kingdom. So Dhritarashtra, his name signifies that he was holding on to the kingdom of Hastinapur. And Pandava's name given by one of the rishis is that they were the sufferer because their kingdom was hijacked by Duryodhana. So they were a Harit, Dhritarashtra. Dhrit means to hijack, to take away. So Pandavas were Dhritarashtra, Kauravas were Dhritarashtra. Dhritarashtra means he has occupied it, he won't leave it. And when their kingdom was taken over, Pandava's kingdom was taken over by Kauravas, that's why they were called as Dhritarashtra. Dhrita means to hijack, to steal away. So Pandavas were Dhritarashtra and Kauravas were Dhritarashtra and Pandava were Dhritarashtra. Dhritarashtra means their Rashtra, their kingdom was stolen.
But would,
Any other question?
sorry.
Ah.
No, but
Any other question?
would any, that these names must have been given by the parents. So would they have named their own son, give him an evil mind as the name?
See, the entire clan of Kauravas, except for that Vikarna, were all evil. Only Vikarna, one of the 100 Kauravas, was having a sensible mind. He opposed Draupadi getting disrobed in the Rajya Sabha of Kauravas. He stood firmly, saying that what you are doing is wrong. But rest were all with Duryodhana. And they did every possible, they played every possible trick to get rid of Pandava. So it is true that Kauravas were more in numbers, but most of them were having evil mind. Nobody wanted to listen to any meaningful dialogue from either Pitamaha Bhishma or from Dronacharya. They were so much blind followers of Duryodhana that they did not care about what their guru was telling them, whether it is Dronacharya or Bhishmacharya. So they had to face the consequences. Out of 100 Kauravas, not a single Kaurava survived. All were killed, and all were killed by him. He had taken a vow that I will kill this fellow Dushyasan who tried to disrobe my wife in the Rajya Sabha, and then I will open his chest, take out the blood, and with that blood, Draupadi will wash her hair. So the hair locks will be washed by Dushyasana's blood. That was the oath he had taken, Bhima. All this was known to Duryodhana, that he has to be very, very careful with Bhima. That's why he has said, Valam Bhishma Virakshitam. And about Bhima Virakshitam and Bhishma Virakshitam. In the slok number 10, what you have said, Aparyaptam. Tasmakam Valam Bhishma Virakshitam. This great army is well protected by Pitama Bhishma. Paryaptam to the Videsham Balam Bhima Virakshitam. Now there is a confusion. Aparyapta means in Hindi we take not sufficient, not paryapta. And we say paryapta, that means just enough, just sufficient. But in Sanskrit, aparyapta means unlimited. Paryapta means limited. So Kaurava's army was aparyaptam, that means very huge, no limit. And Pandavas was paryaptam, just enough to wage the war, just enough. And I again repeat that the job of Pitamaha Bhishma and Dronacharya, similarly Krupacharya, all those who were fighting from Kaurava's side, was only because they were committed to the kingdom. They tried to stop the war, but when the war could not be stopped, they had no option but to stand with the kingdom, the Simhasana of Hastinapur, because they were committed to that. Pitamaha Bhishma had committed to Shantanu that I will, come what may, I will protect the Simhasana of Hastinapur. So having committed this to his father, he had no option. And Dronacharya was like a paid servant of Kauravas. Though he was their guru, but Duryodhana never treated him with respect. So this is the thing, that Kauravas always had some evil design in their mind against Pandavas. Duryodhana, in a way, so Duryodhana, in a way, he always wanted to kill Pandava, so that they never become a headache for him anytime in the future. That's why he waged the war. If you want anything more from us, wage the war against us, win over us, and then you take your kingdom. I am not going to give you anything on my own. So this was the point of battle starting between Kauravas and Pandavas. If Duryodhana had budged a little bit and had given them 5 villages, Mahabharata war would not have taken place. And probably we could have been deprived of getting Bhagavad Gita. Because Bhagavad Gita was said on the Kurukshetra, where the battle was to happen. If there was no battle, there was no question of Bhagavad Gita coming. So both Bhagavan Vishnu's famous things are Mahabharata, Bhagavad Gita, and Vishnu Sahasranam. Those who read these two things, Bhagavad Gita and Vishnu Sahasranam, they don't have to open third book of Adhyatma. Everything is contained in Bhagavad Gita and Vishnu Sahasranam. Adi Shankaracharya has said this, that those who study Bhagavad Gita and Vishnu Sahasranam, they don't have to open third book of Adhyatma. Everything is included. Everything is included. There is not a single problem in the world which is not addressed in Bhagavad Gita. Krishna also tried to stop the war, but Duryodhana wanted to arrest him. So things had gone beyond control. The things reached the point of no return. And that's why the war took place.
Ji Bhaiya. Ji.
Thank you.
Priyadarshini Bhaiya, do you have more question?
Yes, I had one question, one small, not question, but just a small reminder that,
Yeah.
Vaidya ji had stated by the Guruji that he would take us forward in meditation. So that is something I thought I would remind.
Ji Vikas Bhaiya.
The thing is, we definitely want to enter into meditation, at least in one of the sessions. But our calendar is so tight that whatever shlokas are covered in that week, we have to cover those shlokas by way of explaining, clarifying your doubts. And meditation is not something which is going to happen in 10 minutes. The entire episode may be required, maybe not even one episode, maybe 2-3 episodes. Because for preparation for entering into meditation, that preparation itself is important. That's why if you go to your friend and your friend says that, wait for 10 minutes, I will just meditate and come back. You can safely assume that the fellow is bluffing. Because meditation cannot happen in 10 minutes.
Ji Bhaiya.
So we will try and see if we can arrange a session for meditation. But unfortunately, I am not in a position to promise to you right now when that would happen. But it is there in our agenda, and I hope we can give you some satisfactory reply in the coming.
Ji. Ji Bhaiya.
One small request to you.
Yeah.
That you mentioned about gifting this Gita Pariwar membership.
Yeah.
Gita class.
So if you could just send the link, it would be
Ji Bhaiya. Definitely, we will send in your group, we will ask the content sharing to forward gift.learngeeta. Otherwise, you just have to remember gift.learngeeta.com is all you have to remember. Gift.learngeeta.com. The moment you forward this to your friends, they will get this.
Okay.
Or the Gita Pariwar link. Ji Bhaiya.
I have one suggestion, Meenakshi Didi.
Ji.
This L3, it has started now. 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. When we start studying 6th Adhyay, where Paramatma had given the steps of how to enter into meditation, how to select the place, how to sit, how to control your mind, withering here and there. When we study 6th Adhyay, I will take 15, 20 minutes, 25 minutes, or maybe half an hour, and we all could do meditation while learning 6th Adhyay.
Okay.
So that is the Adhyay which teaches us how to enter into meditation.
Perfect. Thank you, Priyadarshini Bhaiya, for bringing this up. So Bhaiya has given us a promise of this. So let's wait in the 6th Adhyay. Ji Bhaiya. Thank you. Tanvi, Sai Tanvi, you're back again, bache. Ask.
Yes, ma'am. After hearing few questions, I got a doubt where how many number of people were on the side of Pandavas? Like, is there a proper number? You told it's limited, right? So how many?
Limited means they had 7 Akshauhini. 1 Akshauhini is around 1,10,000. So they had 6 Akshauhini, that means around 6.5, 7 lakhs army Pandava had. But Kaurava had 11 Akshauhini. Now Akshauhini does not mean only the human beings fighting as soldier, but it includes 21,870 rathas, few thousands of elephants, few thousands of horses. So all this comprise the military formation of whether it's Kauravas or Pandavas. But the proportion is 6 against 11. 6 of Pandavas and 11 of Kauravas. But the most important thing that people forget is, even though Pandava had limited army, Paryaptam, but the Lord Krishna was on their side.
That
Hmm.
made them the most powerful army in the world.
Hmm.
So merely counting the number of soldiers from this side and that side does not make much sense. It will make sense when we know that Krishna is on the Pandava side. He had planned the war. He had been suggesting all the warriors how to take up the war.
Yes. And how many days has Mahabharata taken place? Days.
See, this war took place for 18 days.
18 days.
18 days. But Pitama Bhishma, he fell down on the 10th day itself.
Hmm.
Because as I said, his body was pierced by so many arrows from Arjuna. But
Yes.
since Pitama Bhishma was a Ichha Marani, that means he could relinquish his life only whenever he wants.
Hmm.
So he waited for Uttarayan to start and Dakshinayan to end.
Hmm.
And then he left his body when the Uttarayan started. Till
Hmm.
that time, Pitama Bhishma was lying down on the Kurukshetra battlefield, profusely bleeding.
Hmm. Sir, and you've mentioned Chiranjeevis, right, sir? Are all Chiranjeevis always, are they always living only on Bhulok, or they also can be living in any of the loks
Any
they
of the
wish?
three lokas, they can live, but the names which are there in seventh Chiranjeevi, they
Hmm.
are all on the earth only. Nobody is on the Jupiter or nobody is on the sun. They are on the earth only. Out of 7 Chiranjeevi, only one Chiranjeevi got his Chiranjeev out of curse earned by him from Lord Krishna. When the
Ashwatthama.
Mahabharata war ended, this Ashwatthama had lost his senses. So
Hmm.
he entered the camp of Pandavas who were resting after the nightfall, and then he killed all the sons of Draupadi. So many warriors from Pandavas he killed when the war was already stopped. That time Krishna was very, very angry with him, and he said, you will keep moving from place to place, you will keep hiding your face because your body will be always full of pus.
Oh,
And
Bleeding all the time.
he attacked the last son of this Pandavas also with
Yeah.
Brahmastra, the last
Hmm.
part.
Right. So Kauravas, all Kauravas died, but on Pandava side also there was a huge loss. Only people surviving from Pandava side were the 5 Pandavas. And of course, Lord Krishna. Rest,
Hmm.
everybody got killed.
Hmm.
Whether it is Drupad, Virat, or any warrior for that matter.
Hmm.
Everybody got killed. Only 5 Pandavas and one Sri Krishna Bhagavan remained on the side of Pandavas. While on Kaurava side, nobody survived.
Sir, and after in the part where Krishna gives a shrap to Ashwadhama, there in that shloka they've told the shrap is only for 3,000 years. So is Ashwadhama Chiranjeevi only for 3,000 years, or he's still alive?
See, Gita was said 3,102 years before the Isvisana.
That's
Today
what.
we are in 2024. So Bhagavad Gita was said 3,101 years before Isvisan started.
Hmm.
Okay. So it is yet to have complete 3,000 years. A lot of people who go for Narmada Pradakshina, they see some strange person bleeding, pussing from everywhere. And then they come back and say, we saw Ashwatthama. How much to believe it? We don't know. But
When we actually read Mahabharata, there it's written 3,000 years correctly. So
yes,
then,
yes.
so according to many people, many sages who actually tell the Mahabharata, they've told that now Ashwadhama is not like the curse that Krishna has given. He already got Shrap Vimochan. So he's like 3,000 years are already done. Like it
Yeah.
has already been many years. So it's already done. That some of them are telling it's myth, some of them are telling they saw people. So not yet.
See,
So
these things which come from Mahabharata stories, there are different people writing writing different sorts of stories. But our purpose of learning Bhagavad Gita is not to go so much in details about the character of Vishwattama or character of any other person. Our main focus should be to understand the dialogue between Bhagavan Shri Krishna and Arjuna. Rest are all the side stories which do not carry much of relevance in today's world. But Bhagavad Gita between Krishna and Arjuna is very much relevant today as it was few thousand years back. And in Marathi they say, Yavat Chandro Divakaro. Till that time, the sun is there, the moon is there, the Tattva Jnana, the knowledge of Gita is going to remain as it was 5,500 years back. So that is the greatness of Bhagavad Gita.
Yes. Thank you, sir. Jai Shri Krishna.
Yes. Hansa Didi.
Jai Shri Krishna Sadhur Pranam.
Yes.
Jai Shri Krishna.
I got the answer of already one because I had the question about Akshohini, how many numbers, and the previous Sadhaka already asked, so I got the answer for that. Thank you so much. Second one was you mentioned Bhagavad Gita and Vishnu Sahasranam are the two books. How about the Bhagavatam? Because I hear that also. Everybody should read also the Bhagavatam.
See, Bhagavad is also definitely important, but the human cyclopedia, when Paramatma gave us this Sharir, Indriya, Man and Buddhi, 4 things were given to us by Paramatma through Prakriti. We are fortunate enough to get the species of human beings. So we have our own body, we have our own senses, we have our own mind, and we have our own intellect. So when this is so, the Bhagavad Gita applies equally to all the people who have Sharir, Indriya, Man and Buddhi. Now,
Ahankar
is
came
it
later.
prerogative only of Sanatan or Hindu Dharma to have body, senses, mind, intellect? No, everybody has that. Muslims have that. Sikh have got. Buddhists have got that. That's why Bhagavad Gita is not only for Hindus. Bhagavad Gita is for the entire humanity.
Is international, yeah.
Yeah.
So Bhagavad has no place in meaning to say.
What is that?
Bhagavatam has
No,
the place though.
See, Bhagavad and all other, what to say, granthas, they are more of a story.
Right.
The real art of living is taught to us by Bhagavad Gita. Out of 1 lakh shlokas of Mahabharata, only 700 shlokas have been drawn and put in the form of Bhagavad Gita.
Bhagavad
Because
Gita,
that is the way Paramatma expects us to live the life.
Right. Yeah, teaching us to how to live our life.
How to live. As I said, normally, when you buy a washing machine or a dishwasher, you get a manual along.
Yeah.
How to use it. If it goes under breakdown, how to repair it. When Paramatma gave us this human body, he handed over this 700 shlokas Bhagavad Gita to us.
It's a manual.
I have given you Sharir, Indriya, Man, Buddhi. How to use it? Take this copy of Bhagavad Gita and try to follow the messages in this book so that you will attain me. Your Sharir, Indriya, Man and Buddhi are not meant only for sense gratification, but these 4 instruments are given to you for attaining Paramatma.
So, Bhaiyaji, one Akshohini is about 1.1 lakh or something like that, you say?
Yeah, 1.1 lakh.
Okay.
Because there are elephants and horses and all that.
Yeah. Right. Including all the necessary stuff now, all those things. Just relates to approximately 1.1 lakh.
Right.
Yeah. Namaskar, Abhar.
Thank you. Thank you
so much.
Abhay Bhaiya, you have been wanting to ask question for some time. Will you unmute yourself? Abhay Desai Bhaiya. Okay, Priyadarshan Bhaiya, you can ask a question till then.
Okay, I have just one small input. There was this, how many years have passed after the Mahabharata war? So,
you can do the summation. Today we are in 2024.
Correct. But
2024 plus 3101.
Correct. This is right. Absolute. Okay. I just wanted to give that input, but you already know much more than what I know. So there is no question of
So those so many years have passed, but the Bhagavad Gita is as relevant today as it was 5,500 years back.
Ji Bhaiya, I think I do not see Abhay Bhaiya. Will you want to unmute yourself? I see his raised hand, but I can't seem to unmute him. Abhay Bhaiya, do you want to unmute yourself? Ji Bhaiya, I think I see his raised hand, but I think some internet problem today. So,
in the next session, you can reserve your question for the next session, and we can cover all the questions which you are not able to ask in today's session. We'll definitely cover all those in the next session.
Ji Bhaiya, Ji Bhaiya. Annapurna Didi, please ask your question, Didi.
Are you hearing me?
Yeah, yeah.
Some people says Bhagavad Gita is a story, it's not real. Some people says that.
That is not correct. Bhagavad Gita is not a story.
It is real, hai na?
Huh?
It is real story, not story. It is real.
It is a reality. It is a reality.
Some people says that like that. We are history. We studies that. Maharaja.
Why this has happened? Because the English people who ruled India, they gave a name mythology. Mythology word has come from myth. Myth means which is not true. Unfortunately, we also started using the same word, mythology. Bhagavad Gita is not mythology. It is a real thing that has happened.
Yes.
But people have started calling it mythology. It's a very improper word to describe either Mahabharata or Gita or Vishnu Sahasranam. They are not mythology.
In satellite, there is we can look now. Dwarka, they are laying out, picking up.
Yeah.
There,
that will happen sooner or later.
looking in satellite, some people say like that.
See, when all Hindus get united, we can get back whatever we had lost. Ram Mandir we had lost, we got it back. Mathura, the agitation is going on. Kashi also, Mahadeva temple, we are going to have it. So the more united we remain, the more past glory we can recreate. But for that, unity amongst Hindus is a must.
Okay, I think we lost that, Didi. Padmaja Didi, please ask your question.
Hi, madam. Actually, I have a question. I heard that there are like 14 manvantaras, and right now we are in 7th manvantara, Vaivasvata manvantaram. Actually, when the Mahabharata has happened, when the Ramayana has happened, this is not in the same manvantara, not happened in the Vaivasvata manvantaram. That's what Ramayana is not happened in Vaivasvata manvantaram, and Mahabharata is happened recently only in Vaivasvata manvantaram. That's what I heard.
Yes.
Just I want the clarification on this, sir.
You are right. Ramayana happened much before Mahabharata. That's why on the flag of Arjuna, you see the image of Hanuman. Because it has happened much before Mahabharata. But without going into details and calculating the calendar, because one yuga is so many lakhs of years, if we go by that calculation of lakhs of years, then we'll get nowhere. So we have to, rather than focusing on some statistics, we need to focus on the message. Whether it was said 5,500 years back, or whether it was said 200 years back, or whether it was said 10,000 years back, does not matter much. The wisdom, the jnana, the knowledge that we obtain, that is to be focused on, that is to be concentrated upon.
Ji.
Yeah, okay.
Ji, Amit Bhaiya, please ask your question.
Yeah, Jai Sri Krishna to all.
Jai Shri Krishna.
Where do we find temples of barbaric, especially in Maharashtra?
Which area?
Temples of barbaric, the son of Bhim, whom the Lord Krishna has given a boon that whoever comes to your temple will get wow, whatever evil fate I have written on that person's name will be banished whenever that person enters your temple to take your blessings.
The son of Bhima was Ghatotkacha.
Then barbaric.
To the best of my knowledge, Bhima had that one son, Ghatotkacha, who got born from that Rakshasi Hidimba. So the son of Hidimba and Bhimasena was this person, Ghatotkacha. But I have never seen any temple of Ghatotkacha anywhere. Forget about Maharashtra, but anywhere else also.
I think he's asking about Khatu Shyamji. What is he asking? Where is Shyamji temple in Maharashtra is what Amit Bhaiya is asking. Is that what you're asking?
Yeah,
But
right.
It's called Shyamji now, Khatu Shyamji. Okay.
You can see so many Krishna temples. If you are searching for Krishna temple, in every city you can find few temples of Krishna. Of course, the number of Rama Mandir are much more than the Krishna temple. It is a fact. But that does not mean there are no Krishna temple. Invariably, with Krishna by the side, you will see Radha or Satyabhama. So Krishna never goes alone anywhere. He will take one of his wives or one of his friends, either Radha or Satyabhama or some. There are temples of Krishna.
Okay.
Okay, Amit Bhaiya. Jyoti Didi. Unmute कीजिए दीदी. You have to. हाँ. Now ask.
जय श्री कृष्ण।
जय श्री कृष्ण.
मेरे को पूछना था कि विष्णु सहस्त्र नाम सीखना है मेरे को, तो अपनी गीता में जो सिखाते हैं क्या, जैसे गीता सीखते हैं वैसे उसमें सिखाया जाता है क्या?
हाँ, उसे सिखाया जाता है। कल से ही नया क्लास शुरू हो रहा है। 26वां बैच है विष्णु सहस्त्र नाम का, जो कि हम लोग अभी 9 या 10 लैंग्वेज में लेते हैं। हिंदी, मराठी, इंग्लिश, तमिल, तेलुगु, मलयालम, so many languages. So we have
Can I
started.
enroll today?
Today may be a little late because tomorrow the classes are starting and the registration has been stopped few days back. So you can try to get admission in the next batch.
ओके, कैसे मालूम चलेगा मेरे को, वो लोग कैसे ज्वाइन करेंगे? अभी लाइक
साइट है, उसको आप क्लिक करिए, VS विष्णु सहस्त्रनाम .learngeeta.com.
Thank you.
If you click to that VS.learngeeta.com, a form will open on your mobile or on your laptop. You fill the details and you get admitted. Time slots are many, languages are many. Whatever suits you, you can enroll for that and can learn Vishnu Sahasranam. We try to tell 1000 names of Bhagavan Vishnu in our classes. Each name of Bhagavan Vishnu has been given to him because of his attributes, because of his gunas. So we get so many names of Lord Vishnu when we learn Vishnu Sahasranam. It's a very, very satisfying experience to learn Vishnu Sahasranam. And each name, why it has been given to Lord Vishnu, that explanation is also given.
कितने दिन का क्लास? How many days will it take?
It takes normally 40 to 44 days. There are 142 shlokas. First 30 shlokas are the Purva Pitika, that means the background of Vishnu Sahasranam. Why it was said, by whom Yudhishthira went to him, and then Pitama Vishnu started explaining to him. And then from 14th shlok till 120, this 107 shlokas of Vishnu Sahasranam is the main body of Vishnu Sahasranam, wherein it is a link of 1000 names, and only names.
Only names.
Only names are there. Om Vishwam Vishnu Rashatkaro Bhuta Bhavya Bhavat Prabhu. Bhutakrut Bhutbhavo, Bhutatma, Bhutabhavana. So every word is a name of Lord Vishnu.
Means I tried to read it myself, but it's very difficult to pronounce. I can't do it.
That's why Gita Pariwar is teaching you both. Sitting at home, you can learn Gita, you can learn Vishnu Sahasranam.
I'm really enjoying learning Gita. Means I haven't missed any class. I'm continuously learning. I'm really enjoying. Thank you to the Gita family. Gita
Thank
Pariwar so much.
Thank you so much. Sai Tanvi, you have more question, Didi?
Ma'am, no question. I just wanted to say that the sir told Barber, right, ma'am? He's actually the son of Gatotkacha.
Possible. But where is his temple, that I personally don't know.
Yeah. There's one in Rajasthan.
I just knew it, so I just went.
He was asking where is it in Maharashtra, which we do not know. But Amitji, if we find out, we'll certainly tell you, okay?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, Bhaiya. I think we have completed our question. Jyoti Didi has more question. Ji Didi? I have sent you request to unmute. Please unmute yourself first. Jyoti Didi?
No, thank you. No, thank you. That was all.
Okay. Thank you. You raised your hand, so we thought. Okay, Bhaiya. So I think we have completed this, and okay, I'll take your permission to bring this session to an end. I will fail in my duty if I do not thank all the people working behind the scenes to make this session possible and go smoothly. Our tech support today, Sunil Bhaiya, thank you so much. Our opening prayer, Didi did, our Anju Gupta did the Deep Prajalan, and now we are also going to end our session, and we are going to offer this session to the lotus feet of Lord Shri Krishna. I seek Bhaiya's permission to bring this session to close and call our Sumitra Deshpande Didi for the closing prayer. Sumitra Didi joined Gita Pariwar in June 2021, and from 23 she has been giving seva as a trainer for level 1, 2, 3. And so Didi, please bring this session to an end with your closing prayer. Didi.
Okay, Jai Shri Krishna Didi. Yogesham Satchidanandam Vasudevam Vrajapriyam Dharma Samsthapakam Veeram Krishna Vande Jagadgurum Krishna Vande Jagadguru. Jai Shri Krishna sabhi ko.
Jai Shri Krishna Didi. Thank you so much for this melodious closing prayer. Now with this festive mode, everybody in festival mode, let's seek place in our Lord Hanuman's lotus feet for bhakti and for shakti. So I will request our Sunil Bhaiya to play the Hanuman Chalisa. Let's all sit together, say the Hanuman Chalisa, and then take our blessings. Ji Bhaiya.
श्री गुरु चरण सरोज रज निज मन मुकुर सुधारि बरनउ रघुबर बिमल जसु जो दायक फलचारि बुद्धिहीन तनु जानिके सुमिरौ पवन कुमार बल बुद्धि विद्या देहु मोहि हरहु कलेश विकार जय हनुमान ज्ञान गुण सागर जय कपीस तिहु लोक उजागर रामदूत अतुलित बल धामा अंजनी पुत्र पवन सुत नामा महावीर विक्रम बजरंगी कुमति निवार सुमति के संगी कंचन बरन विराज सुबेसा कानन कुंडल कुंचित केसा हाथ वज्र ध्वजा विराजय कांधे मूंज जनेऊ साजय शंकर सुवन केसरी नंदन तेज प्रताप महाजगवंदन विद्यावान गुणी अति चातुर राम काज करिबेको आतुर प्रभु चरित्र सुनिबेको रसिया राम लखन सीता मन वसिया सूक्ष्म रूप धरि सिहि दिखावा विकट रूप धरि लंक जरावा भीम रूप धरि असुर सहारे रामचंद्र के काज सवारे लाय सजीवन लखन जियाए श्री रघुवीर हर्षि उर लाए रघुपति कीन्ही बहुत बड़ाई तुम मम प्रिय भरत ही समबाई सहस बदन तुम रोय जस गावै अस कहि श्रीपति कंठ लगावै सनकादिक ब्रह्मादि मुनीसा नारद सारद सहित अहिसा जम कुबेर दिगपाल जहाते कवि कोविद कहि सके कहाते तुम उपकार सुग्रीव ही कीन्हा राम मिलाय राजपद दीना तुम्हरो मंत्र विभीषण माना लंकेश्वर भय सब जग जाना जुग सहस्र योजन पर भानु लील्यो ताहि मधुर पल जानु प्रभु मुद्रिका मेलि मुख माहि जलधि लांघि गए अचरज नाही दुर्गम काज जगत के जेते सुगम अनुग्रह तुम्हारे तेते राम दुआरे तुम रखवारे होत न आज्ञा बिनु पैसारे सब सुख लहै तुम्हारी सरना तुम रक्षक काहू को डरना आपन तेज समारो आपै तीनों लोक हाकते कापै भूत पिशाच निकट नहीं आवै महावीर जब नाम सुनावै नासै रोग हरै सब पीरा जपत निरंतर हनुमत बीरा संकट ते हनुमान छुड़ावै मन क्रम वचन ध्यान जो लावै सब पर राम तपस्वी राजा जिनके काज सकल तुम साजा और मनोरथ जो कोई लावै सोई अमित जीवन फल पावै चारों जुग प्रताप तुम्हारा है प्रसिद्ध जगत उजियारा साधु संत के तुम रखवारे असुर निकंदन राम दुलारे अष्ट सिद्धि नो निधि के दाता असबर दीन जानकी माता राम रसायन तुम्हारे पासा सदा रहो रघुपति के दासा तुम्हारे भजन राम को पावै जन्म जन्म के दुख बिसरावै अंत काल रघुवर पुर जाई जहाँ जन्म हरि भक्त कहाई और देवता चित्तन धरई हनुमत से सर्व सुख करई संकट कटई मिटई सब पीरा जो सुमिरई हनुमत बल बीरा जय 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 हनुमान गोसाई कृपा करहु गुरुदेव की नाई जो सत बार पाठ कर कोई छूट ही बंदी महासुख होई जो यह पढ़ हनुमान चालीसा होय सिद्धि साखी गौरी सा तुलसीदास सदा हरि चेरा की जय नाथ हृदय महडेरा पवन तनय संकट हरन मंगल मूर्ति रूप राम लखन सीता सहित हृदय बसहु सुर भूप सियावर रामचंद्र की जय पवन सुत हनुमान की जय
Jai Shri Ram, Jai Hanuman. Have a beautiful, blessed and blissful week ahead. Do join if you can for our Gita Sevya Bane program at 8:30 today. And also come back next week for more of session with